Today, Wednesday, the 26th of February 2025, we have some hand-picked match predictions to share with you, which of course will be backed up by some stats and analytics to help you make your picks in this list to boost your winning by a greater percent. And to those of you who want to have access to our top-notch bet class tutorials, as well as our hand-picked events, which we share to members only, to take your winning to the next height, then you want to make sure to subscribe to either the Level 2 Pro membership package plan or the Level 3 Master Plan to have access to these features to take your winning to the next level. To those of you who want to join, the link is below this video description. So without wasting time, let's proceed to the games of today. But before we proceed, I wish to say congratulations based on the events we shared to you on Tuesday for we all registered wins, and I will share with you the result before moving to the events of today. So let's proceed. And looking at the events of yesterday, we all registered wins. We had a total of 5 events. All the cases were successful. Looking at the first, we looked at Saudi Arabia in the professional league, where we looked at Al Hilal against Al Aklot. We said Al Hilal will lead. We also said there will be 1.5 and 2.5 going full time. Both cases were true. The home lead 5-1, making the home to lead, and also the possibility of 1.5 and 2.5 goals. Congratulations, it was successful. In the next, we looked in the Saudi Arabia Professional League, Al Weda against Al Nas. We said Al Nas will lead, and we also looked at least 1.5 going full time. It ended 2-0, Al Nas leading, and the possibility of 1.5 goal was also successful. Congratulations. In the next, we looked at Czech Republic Cup, Sparta Prague against Tugla Prague. We said the home Sparta Prague will lead. We also said that there will be at least 1.5 goal, 2.5 goal in full time. All the cases were true. Sparta Prague lead 3-0, making 1.5 also and 2.5 goals to be successful. Congratulations. In the next, we looked at Premiership of Scotland, Celtic against Aberdeen. We said Celtic will lead. We also said that there will be 1.5 and 2.5 goals. It ended as 5-1. A total of 6 goals, Celtic leading, and also the possibility of 1.5 goals and 2.5 going full time. Both cases were true, successful, and congratulations. In the next, we looked at England in the Premier League, Chelsea against Southampton. We said Chelsea will lead, and we also said that there will be 1.5 and 2.5 goals in full time. Both cases were true, Chelsea lead, and also there was the possibility of 1.5 or 2 goals over, making it successful. Congratulations on today's event, for we all registered wins. So now let's proceed to the games of today. And now, looking at the event of today, let's begin with the first match pick. But before we begin, I have a quick announcement to make. If you come here to the front page of our channel here, you're going to see that we provide match predictions to members only in terms of corner kick events, upcoming top match prediction picks, as well as match prediction picks in terms of goals probability. And of course, we also provide match prediction tutorials to members only. For example, if you're a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, you're going to have access to Level 2 Pro classes that will give you access to the live match corner kick strategy we have explained step by step. A simple trick to make consistent win, which we have explained. Never seen bet prediction strategy, which you can use for your advantage and make more consistent win. The comeback straight win soccer prediction strategy that will amaze you. Also, you have access to the never seen bet strategy that we have never seen before, followed by a 99% win strategy for members only, which you can take advantage of it. In other words, if you're a member of the Level 2 Pro plan, you also have access to our bet class tutorials titled as the Level 2 Pro classes. And you're a member of the Level 3, you have access to even more top-notch tutorials titled as the Level 3 Master classes, which will give you access to the secret AI tool we use to find games in terms of goal probability and straight wins. You also have access to the top-notch strategy in terms of corner kick that revealed the secret website we use to find corner kick events. You also have access to the 6 amazing AI tools we use, followed by home and away win match prediction strategy being explained step by step. And finally, 2.5 goal strategy that you are going to use to beat the bookies and win even more. As well as to those of you who want to access some free tutorials, of course, then you want to make sure that you come to the front page of our channel here, visit the video section of it, and once you click on it, you're going to see some prediction tutorials which we have given out for free, such as, for example, you'll see something like the top 5 soccer prediction app compared. In this video tutorial, we have explained some of the features of the match prediction apps which you can use for your advantage. You also have access to other top-notch classes for free, like the expert tips for picking winning soccer games, which we have explained in this video tutorial, as you can see here. And finally, you are going to have access to this particular tutorial titled as 5 hidden Sofascore features to win more bets. Of course, with this strategy, we have revealed some of the top 5 hidden Sofascore features to use for your advantage. And these are some of the strategies. You can also have access to it as a free member. And with that being said, to those of you who want to join, the link is below this video. Now let's proceed to the first event of our today's list. Looking here at the first event, we are looking at Czech Republic Cup, a match between Slavia Prague against Taborsko. For this event, Slavia Prague, the home, have proved to be very offensive in terms of recent events they have had, especially in the first Liga of Czech Republic, having 1-1-2, and they've also had games, especially for this same year in the year, that is the Europa League, and of course also in the club friendly where their performance has been good. But if you look at Taborsko, on the other hand, they've had games in the club friendly with teams that are beneath, and of course their performance have proved that they concede too much, even though they do score as well. 2 goals in each event and concede 3 goals and in some events, which means that the performance also of Taborsko, on the other hand, is good. And looking at the fact that the home team from the first Liga and Taborsko, also you can see based on the league it is from, you're going to see that it is from the CHNL, of course, which is a lower league. But of course, the performance also in terms of strike power have proved to be good. And looking at everything in place here, want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, the home Slavia Prague have proved to be good, especially the recent event they have had in the EL, and also in the performances they have proved to score at least between 1 to 2 goals in each event in the recent performances. Its opponent also, on the other hand, have proved to be very conceding. And the conceding power of the away team will give the home the advantage to score in full time. As well as since the away team also have a good offense, in terms of recent event they have had, there is also the probability of the away to impress. And both of the two sides, since it is a cup, we want to take that impression rate to a high level. As a result, shoot on and off target will increase, resulting to goals probability. Therefore, we are looking at least the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time as one of the major pick, or 2 goals over. As well as we are looking at the possibility of Slavia Prague to take the lead in this event in full time. These are our 3 major picks. 1, the home team Slavia Prague to lead. 2, at least 1.5 goal in full time. 3, the possibility of 2 goals over. Looking at the next, we looked at Netherlands Cup, a match between PSV Eindhoven against Go Ahead Eagles. For PSV Eindhoven, in terms of recent event they have had, the performance have proved to be very offensive, especially in the CL, which is in the Champions League. They have also had games in the Eredivisie where the performance have proved to be amazing, scoring 3 goals in the Champions League against Juventus, 2 goals against Utrecht, and the performance have proved to be amazing. That of its opponent, on the other hand, Go Ahead Eagle, have proved that they do concede a lot. They have had games against Heracles and also against Ajax where they concede too much number of goals. Looking at the recent head-to-head which they have had, PSV played at home and they lead by 3 goals against 0. This time, Eindhoven is coming home, and this is a cup in the semi-final. And looking at everything, want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, this is the semi-final of this particular cup. And of course, Eindhoven, the home team, have reached this far with a great offensive strength, which they have performed in recent events they have had. That of its opponent, on the other hand, have proved to concede that much. As a result, of course, Eindhoven need this, and we look at PSV Eindhoven to lead in full time. If at all the away is also trying to impress that too much, goals probability is the next option. Therefore, we look at 2 major picks here. 1, the possibility of Eindhoven to lead. 2, the possibility of at least 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time. These are our 2 major picks here. Looking at the next, we look in the England Premier League, Tottenham against Man City. Of course, the performance of Tottenham, the home, in recent events they've had have proved that they score at least 1 to 3 goals in each event. And their performance rating, especially in the EL, that is Europa League, and as well as the Premier League, have proved that they score at least between 1 goal to 2 goals. Man City, on the other hand, recently have proved that The defensive line is not that very tight. They had a game recently against Real Madrid. They had a loss. Also in the FAC, that is in the England FA Cup, they also had 2 goals at least in that event. Against Arsenal, 5 lose. The defensive strength of Man City, in conclusion, is not very tight. Recently, their performance has not been very great in terms of defense. And that of Tottenham having an offense, which at least they score between 1 to 2 goals in each event, prove that they'll have that probable chance to see how they can take advantage of that defense of Man City. As well as Man City also, on the other hand, wanting to impress, we also try every possibility to have a go. Of course, looking at the stance in terms of the recent event they have had by their performances, the home Tottenham in terms of form by the home play have proved that whenever Tottenham can come at home, you're going to see that they are good at offense. But since the defensive line of Tottenham is not very tight, Man City will also take that chance. And looking at that of Man City, on the other hand, in terms of the recent event they have had, Man City have proved to be offensive recently, but the defensive line is not that good. And looking at everything in place, we want to look at 2 major picks in full time. For this particular event, both of the 2-side defense are not very tight. And looking at the offensive strength of both sides, at least they have an average offense, which they can take advantage of their both weak defense. Therefore, we look at high improved performance in terms of the striking power on and off target. Therefore, looking at goals probability, at least 1.5 goal for this particular event in full time is our major pick. Looking at the next, we looked at Italy Cup, Juventus against Empoli. The performance of Juventus recently in terms of the Serie A, recently, especially against Inter, and also have proved that they are good. They also had the games in the Champions League against PSV where they performed excellently. The recent game, Juventus before this same year have had game against Empoli, which is still the opponent they want to play against. And a match against Empoli, which they recently had, Juventus had the lead 4-1 to prove that Juventus is very offensive. And looking at the performance of Empoli, on the other hand, the defensive line is not a good choice. The defense is very weak. That is why Juventus was able to beat Empoli 4-1. This time they are coming again to meet, and of course, looking at this quarterfinal in this cup, we are looking at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, Juventus has always had an upper hand, and this is the cup which, of course, in the quarterfinal, and Juventus need this the most. And of course, if Empoli, on the other hand, since Juventus has first of all beat it 4-1, there is still a probable chance of the home team Juventus to still take advantage against Empoli. Therefore, we look at Juventus to lead in full time as one of the major picks, taking it high offensive strength as compared to that of the head-to-head where they first beat it 4-1. So we look at Juventus to lead. Next, we look at the possibility of 1.5 goal in full time or 2 goals over, because the recent head-to-head they just met resulted to 4-1, a total of 5 goals. So 2 major picks here. 1, Juventus to lead. 2, at least 1.5 goal or 2 goals over. These are our 2 major picks for this particular event. Looking at the next, we look at France Cup, a match between Stade Briochin against PSG. PSG recently have proved to be very offensive. They have had games with very strong teams like Lyon, Toulouse, Brest, Le Mans, and all of the events they have had recently in the away games have always resulted to a win. But the home team, of course, is from CFA. You can see National, that is Group B, National 2, that is they are below as compared to PSG, which is from the France Ligue 1. This home team is not as offensive as compared to that of PSG, even though the recent performance have showed that they score 6 goals against 2 with Grand V, but of course, Grand V is from a very lesser league. And of course, looking at the stance of this in terms of the recent event by PSG, where they have had major events, especially in the Ligue 1 of France and also in the Champions League, have proved that they have greater strength as compared to Stade that have only major games in the CFA, which is in the National League 2 of Group B. They are very down. And looking at everything here, we want to look at 2 major picks here in full time. For this particular event, of course, PSG, the away team have proved to be very offensive in terms of recent event they have had, especially in the Ligue 1 and also in the Champions League. Looking at this, its opponent, which is the home, is from a lesser league, and the offensive strength is not very good as compared to that of PSG with a high offensive power. And looking at this, of course, we want to look at PSG, the away team, to lead this match in full time as one of the major picks. We also want to look at least the possibility of 1.5 goal to occur in this match in full time as the next pick. And to those of you who want to have access to our hand-pick events, which we have shared to members only, in terms of our hand-pick games for corner kicks and goals probability, then of course you want to make sure to subscribe to the Level 2 Pro membership package plan, as well as having access to our top-notch, very class tutorials to start taking your winning to the next height. To those of you who want to join, you want to make sure to follow the description link below this video. Good luck and see you again in the next upload, and bye-bye for now.